Oops, guys, I get so crazy about trying to flip between the sound and the banner that I forgot to add myself back in. Guys, sorry that we're late. I got sidetracked talking to Gianni because we get on so well and we were just chatting behind scenes, and then I was like, oh, we have to start this stream. I'm so sorry about that. But guys, welcome to another Fantasy Friday. It's been postponed for a while because Olivia's been super busy, but I have my super good friend Gianni, who's also an FPL expert, coming on the show, and I'm very happy about it. Gianni has a billion shows today, so I'm honored to be one of them. Gianni, thanks so much for joining.
All good. Yeah, the reason I've got so many shows and I have all week is because there's so much going on in FPL at the moment, right? Like, there isn't a better time to be creating content around Fantasy Premier League because there's new fixtures being added all the time. There's double game weeks in the current game week that we already knew about. And then there's also the question of like what chip to use, because this is the season now we need to start using our chips. Otherwise, we're not going to use them at the right time. This is the period.
I always hold on to my chips. I did use one free hit, and it didn't work out the week I used it, but then the week after it was a little bit better. But
Okay.
I always so hesitant to use that bench boost and triple captain. I don't know why the free hit I don't have as much of a problem using, but the triple captain, especially last season, I used it on who did I use it on? Gundogan, and he blanked. So, like, he was in a fantastic period of form, and then he blanked when I used it. So I have a little bit of PTSD from that. But let's talk about these double game week transfers, because there's a lot, and I don't know how to feel about it. So I'll give you one that I'm thinking about. Spurs, Man City, and Burnley double game week. I currently don't own any Spurs players because they've lost their last 3 games in the Premier League. And if I were to own somebody, I would own Son. I had Kane, he's blanked. And I would have to downgrade Kevin De Bruyne and bring in Son. And I'm thinking, well, De Bruyne is playing Spurs anyways. How likely do I really see them getting something against City?
Do you know what? The Spurs are a hard one because, yes, it's a double game week and we're often blinkered by 2 games. But when you look at it, you're like, brilliant, they play Burnley in a double. That's nice. Oh, they also play Man City. Like, that Man City game for me just feels like a blank for all the Tottenham players. Like, I can't see anything but a big Man City win. So I look at it and go, okay, that's not really a double game week. And then, after that, it's Leeds and Everton, which is okay. But Spurs just aren't scoring. So whilst I can see why you want to perhaps sell Kevin De Bruyne, I don't know if I would go to a Spurs asset. Now, it's very easy when we sell players to go like, oh, same position, same sort of price, and Son fits that bill. But I just wonder if it's a downgrade, go for a big downgrade somewhere. Like, I don't know, you go Kevin De Bruyne to Saka of Arsenal, save 5-6 million, and maybe reinvest that money elsewhere. That's what I think I would do. And I think you're right to look to sell Kevin De Bruyne, that he has no doubles forecast. And bearing in mind, in the last hour, we've just had doubles for 28 and 29 as well, and City don't double in 28 and 29. I look at it and think maybe you target one of those teams that does have a lot of doubles.
God. So who would you target? Because, well, I'll share my team with you right now, guys, so that you can have an idea of my team. Gianni, you can tell me if this is risky. I never double up defense, hardly ever, but I did it for Liverpool because they have a really great double game week. And Robertson's only like a little bit over 6% owned, which I thought was mad as well. And actually, over the past couple of game weeks, he has a better return than Trent. But Trent is just so highly owned, I just don't want to not own him at this point. So my back line is Cancelo, Trent, Robertson, Tierney, Coutinho, Bowen, De Bruyne, Salah. I brought in Weghorst. He's currently, I like that. It was a bit of a differential. He's currently has a little like warning sign, but I think he's going to be
he's fine. He's trained.
And I have Dennis, which I'm not too happy about because he hasn't scored in like 6 or 8 game weeks. but I just don't have anybody who I prefer in that. So I'm pretty happy with my team. I actually liked De Bruyne until he didn't play last week, but I
Yeah.
don't know. How would you fix my team? Any
Yeah,
changes?
like I look at it and go, KDB will definitely play because he was rested last week, as you say, and of course he played in the Champions League, but I think he even came off early, which we like. When Pep rests players a little bit and brings them off early in the Champions League, that's always a good sign. So I wonder if KDB you do keep for another week and you just look at, who the other doublers you can perhaps target. But the teams I'm looking at the moment, I think you were right to go on Weghorst early. Like Burnley have a double this week and a double next week. That's a great move. I do like Arsenal. Like I do think Arsenal is a team to target because they have the double. Arguably, the double this week, Liverpool have the best, and then Arsenal. Right? Liverpool's double is as good as you'll get. But Arsenal play Brentford and Wolves, both home fixtures. Of course, they do blank next week in 27, but then after that, they could still double in 28, where they already play Watford, and they are definitely doubling in 29. So I feel like Arsenal are definitely the team to look at for the attack. Like, you look at Lacazette is a good option. Saka is a great option. Obviously, Martinelli is suspended, so don't go there just yet. But there's loads of options.
Interesting. I think I might hold on to De Bruyne just for
Yeah,
1 week. I
yeah,
did already use my 2 transfers, so I would be taking a -4 to do this,
yeah.
but
I would stay then.
you would stay. Okay.
Well, go on. So sorry, who are you going to say you would do a -4 to do what?
I was thinking Saka.
Yeah, I am thinking I'm going to sell Jota for Saka.
I've had Jota out of my team forever, and I actually went on chasing green arrows, and I was like, I don't understand why people have Jota in his team. He has done nothing, and then he scored a
Yeah,
brace, like literally right after I said that, and they made it this whole big thing, and I was like, oh my god, I look like a fool, but I still feel it in my gut. I was like, I don't know, I just don't. Every time I've had him in my team, he has not performed for me, so I don't know. And then I was right
yeah.
about United, so it's fine.
Yeah, I just like that Arsenal attack. But, Arsenal defence as well. Like, it's not even needing to target their attack. I think for clean sheets, like, who's your goalkeeper? I've got Ramsdale in goal, and I just think he's going to get so many points at the moment. Like, and if
Yeah,
not, I would be looking at Arsenal defence.
I have Tierney for
And you've
defense.
got
I do
Tierney
have,
already.
yeah, I have a defender, and then I have Sa in goal, and he's been
He's been
pretty
great
good.
for
And he
you.
got some surprise clean sheets for me
Yeah.
against teams that I wasn't expecting as well.
I like that Sar pick. Yeah, I think you keep there. I would just either bring Saka in. Who would you sell Saka for, though? If you're going to keep Kevin De
Um,
Bruyne, who would be your options to sell Saka? Run through your
so
midfield again.
okay, my options. Oh, I forgot to tell you I have Madison, Broja, and Livermento on my bench. So Madison or Coutinho
Yeah,
potentially.
see, I think I would sell Madison. He played in the Europa League, like Europa Conference League last night. I think he picked up a knock. I think he was fine.
Yeah,
But also Leicester don't have any double game weeks. So you'd be swapping Leicester like in the next sort of 5-6 weeks at the moment, as it stands. Leicester have no double game weeks. Arsenal have 2, possibly 3 in the next 5 weeks.
that's
So
fine.
yeah, and Madison and Saka are the same sort of price. I think Coutinho you probably keep. Like Aston Villa
Yeah.
haven't looked brilliant in the last couple of weeks, but again, they double in game week 28, so you're gonna want their players. So yeah, I don't mind that move. Madison out.
I think
But
I
it is
think
a
you
4
might
point
have just
hit.
convinced me. I think you might have convinced me to do it. What's your team looking like? Is it any similar to mine?
Yeah, it
Where
is.
what's it?
We've got loads of similar players. Like I'll run through it. So I've got Ramsdale in goal, and then at the back I've got Cancelo, who's on a single game week, but then I've got Ben Mee of Burnley, and then Trent of Liverpool. In the midfield, I've gone Bowen, who everyone seems to have, and I'm going to be bringing in Salah. But I also have Foden in there, and again, like a bit like you with Kevin De Bruyne, I just want to give Foden another game, maybe another couple of games. Up front, I've got Broja, I've got Weghorst, I've got Harry Kane, and Harry Kane's been useless.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to sell him because he has a double. Like selling someone that's on a double game week seems so dangerous.
I sold
Even
him this week. I sold him.
yeah,
I
and it
sold
was
him for
probably a
like
good
4K.
call.
I
Probably a
did.
good call. Like
But I was just
I wish
like,
I had the guts to do that.
well, I sold him because I really knew that I wanted to bring Salah into my team, and that was how I had the money. And I had 2 transfers.
Fine. Salah is just a must. Have you triple captained already this season? No. Are you looking at triple captain?
I'm thinking. I was thinking, well, do I triple captain Salah and go with like what everybody's doing, or do I go rogue and do like a Robertson triple captain?
Ooh.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
bit
mean,
crazy.
you
But I
have
don't think
Trent,
I have the guts to do it, to
you
be
have
honest
Trent
with
as
you.
well, right?
Yeah, I have Trent as well.
I mean, it'd be pretty rogue to captain Trent or Robbo. The problem with Robertson, right, is whilst I think you've made a good purchase there. Like I like the fact you bought Robertson in, and you're right, his stats have been unbelievable. He's been outperforming Trent. At Liverpool, there is competition, not competition. There is a second choice left back in Simicast. Now, because they've got so many games and because they've got the EFL Cup final after this double, I genuinely think Robertson is going to be rested for that second game in the double game week, which isn't a big problem. Like you get the Norwich game, but I don't think he starts the Leeds game. I think Simicast might.
No.
Or maybe he starts the Norwich game. I think Robertson might get one game rest. I do not think Trent will get a rest because there is no other right back. And of course, Salah, I don't think does. But Robbo, I would be wary captaining in him just because I don't think he gets 180 minutes.
That's interesting. Yeah. I don't think I would ever have the guts to do it unless it was like really far into the season. Well, it's already pretty far into the season, but unless I was like really, really, really trying to make up ground. When Salah was playing in AFCON, I was kind of going a little rogue with my captain choices because I was like,
Yeah.
well, nobody's captaining Salah, so whatever, let's just go for it. But yeah, so I'm thinking about using that. I was like, do I use bench boost and triple captain? I don't want to use two chips, but I also have a lot of players on my bench as well.
No, you
So
can't. You can't use two. It won't
I
let you.
can't. I can't.
Which is so annoying because I think I'm with you. I would be bench boosting and triple captaining if I was allowed to. 100%.
Yeah,
This is the week where my bench is insane, and I'm like, oh, I really
I
want to
know.
bench boost, but when do we get to captain Mo, triple captain against Leeds and Norwich at
So
home?
you're set, triple captain, Mo
I
Salah.
think I am. I think I am. Yeah.
I better make the change now before I forget because knowing me, I would be like, oh, I need to do this. And then the deadline comes and goes. Guys, feel free. I don't think I said this, but if you have any questions that you want me or Gianni to get to, obviously feel free to put them in the chat and we'll try to give you the best options for them. I feel pretty
Yeah.
happy with my team though. I do think I'll transfer out Madison for Saka after chatting.
Yeah. I
But
don't mind
because
that.
it's a -4, but really, even if he plays
Yeah.
both games, you get 2 points per game, and you've made it up already.
Yeah. So even if he doesn't do anything, it's only a -2.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and he's going to have another double in a couple of weeks where he'll get those 2 points back just for the appearance points.
Yep, exactly.
Also, we're forgetting the fact he's going to score a hat trick.
Because I transfer him into my team, maybe
Oh,
not. Like,
don't, because I think I'm going to do it as well.
everybody's always telling me like before Chelsea play Liverpool or City, whatever, they're like, make sure to put captain this player Elizabeth because we know that means that they're gonna blank. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
thanks guys, that's fine. So yeah, I'm just looking. Nuclear Adam says Virgil van Dijk is a good option since Norwich is weak in set pieces and he will play every match. What do you think about that?
It's a really good point. Like when you look at that Liverpool defense, you know this guy is going to play 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes. And Nuclear's right. Norwich are poor at defending set pieces. Van Dijk is a beast. But yeah, if you're looking for a Liverpool defender this week, I would argue Van Dijk might be the better option on Robertson. But I may be wrong on that. I may be wrong.
I
And
mean,
I know
I've had
you've got your
Robertson
vote.
for weeks, so I didn't just transfer him
Fine.
in.
Exactly. And to be fair, if Robertson does play both games, he will. I think he outscores Van Dijk. If you told me guaranteed to both start both games,
Yeah.
Robertson's the better pick. But we just know Van Dijk is 100% nailed every week, right? It doesn't have to do
Yeah.
as much running.
I'm good. I'm getting riskier by the game week, Johnny.
Yeah, you
Because
are.
I'm trying to make up ground. I will say I'm in the 300,000s now because I had a shit start to the season and I've been
Yeah.
trying to like make it up. So I'm finally like finding my groove. It usually takes a couple of months, but I got there eventually. Andrew says, I think Man City's attacking options are overlooked. They might have only one game, but they're in exceptional form. Their points for the taking and the fixtures are easy. My thing with City is that I just never know who to pick because I thought that KDB was one of the
Yeah.
most set City attackers, and even he, is not, what's the word? He's still subject to getting rested, and I was really surprised about that. And I think like the further that City go into the Champions League as well, like the more risk averse I'm going to be about having City attackers because I just don't know what Pep is going to do.
That's the thing. It's only the game before the Champions League that mattered. That the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, we saw Cancelo and Laporte, all three of them rested because it was before the champs.
I
Any
know, and
other
I
time, and they're 100% safe. Yeah, I had Cancelo. You had KDB and Cancelo. Wow. So
you
it's frustrating, but I think he's right. Like it's a good point. We do overlook them, and the same with Southampton. Armando Broja for Southampton doesn't have the doubles. He's still a phenomenal pick this week and moving forward. He's in my team, and I'm really excited by him. Obviously, Chelsea fans are going to be looking out for him because he's very likely to be back at Stamford Bridge next year.
Is he starting for you in your starting 11? He's
Yeah,
on the
I think
bench.
he
I don't
is.
know who to maybe like I don't know. I don't know who to bench because I feel like I really like my team.
I'm going to have to bench I'm going to have to bench Luca Dean at Villa, who has Watford, because I really want Broja to start, and it's one of them. I can't have both. Again, if I could bench boost, I really would be. But
I'm
it's
thinking.
annoying.
To be honest with you, Gianni, I was really thinking about benching Dennis, even though he has the double. Call me
Yeah.
crazy,
No,
but I
I'm
think
with
I
you.
tend to think form over fixtures. And guys,
Yeah.
just to give you an idea of his form, in the last couple of games, 1 point, 2 points, 0 points, -1, 2, 1. So that's the last 6 games. They are playing Villa and Crystal Palace, which are decent fixtures. They're not
They should be
terrible.
decent.
Still,
But it's Watford under Roy Hodgson, and since the new manager's been there, they're not scoring goals. They just don't look like they're going to score.
so maybe I put him on my bench and
Oh,
and
that's
play
such a
Broja
tough one.
and go
I
crazy. I know.
I think I would be tempted by that move. Southampton are so good at the moment.
I know Ambrosia, I mean, he's not scoring every single week, but even when he doesn't score, he looks like he has a couple of opportunities, I feel, and he just has that like natural goal scoring ability. And I really like the Everton fixture because Everton have been
Yeah.
playing really poorly.
Yeah. Also, like Frank Lampard as a manager, he is going to score goals. They will attack, but they will concede.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Only you can make that call.
I need to go with my heart because oftentimes I just get like so swayed by what people are saying in the chat. And it happened to me. I don't even remember. Oh, I wanted to captain Cancelo and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then he ended up having like a ridiculous like double-digit game week. And I was like, I feel stupid now. I should have just gone with my heart. Oh no, it was the game week that I captained Dennis and then he got minus.
Oh my God, me too. Yeah.
That was very, very painful. Andrew says, Elizabeth, I was thinking the exact same thing with Dennis. You're actually sensible for saying so. So thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate
There
it.
we go. If ever you needed it, if you and Andrew are in this together.
I'm not alone. At least I'm not crazy. Nuclear Adams says, Gianni, did you change your mind on BB from team selection video on Scout?
Yeah, so I said on Scout I was 51-49, and who was presenting was like, yeah, I think you should bench boost. And I said, look, it's going to go down to the wire, but there's a few things that's changed my thinking on it. Like the Jota injury means Salah is even more nailed to play both games, I think, which makes Salah triple captain just too good. Also, now we have loads more doubles. I'm thinking I might bench boost in maybe game week 29. But that's just without giving it too much research. But yeah, the more fixtures and Jota's injury have both turned me away from bench boost and to triple captain. And I was like so 50-50, but now I'm kind of in the triple captain camp.
And Arthik, that answers your question. Good time to triple captain Salah. I don't think there's going to be a better time, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Morrison leads two of like the more leaky defenses in the league.
Yeah, do it. Do it, guys. Triple captain mode. And look, even if he doesn't do it, if he only scores 1 assist across 2 games and you're really disappointed with his points, you can look back and say you made the right decision based on the information you had. It's not like you're going rogue here, right? You are captaining the best player in the game with 2 home fixtures against 2 of the weakest defenses in the league. You will never get that opportunity, right? So even if he doesn't perform, you still made the right decision. It's a funny one, but it's the right call. It really is.
Okay, you've convinced me, I think. I'm gonna activate it right after we finish this stream. But
Yeah.
Gianni, I know you have to run, but any last closing thoughts, any must-own players, must-avoids that you want to make everybody aware of?
If you're in doubt of what teams to back at the moment, I think Arsenal. And if you're not free hitting next week, then Burnley. Like, look at the Burnley guys. Look at Weghorst, who's going to be fit. Look at the Burnley defense, the double. And look at Arsenal. I think Arsenal defense is massively underrated. Tierney is a great shout. Gabriel and White too. And then if you're looking at an Arsenal attacker, I do prefer Saka to Lacazette. Saka obviously midfield, Lacazette forward. And then if you want to look at goalkeepers and you don't have a good keeper in place, say you've still got David De Gea, who is a great keeper, of course, but doesn't have the doubles, I would swap De Gea for Ramsdale. But if you've got Jose Sarr, then you're sticking with him because he's been brilliant too. So yeah, Arsenal and Burnley are my 2 teams to back.
I feel so proud of my Tierney pick because I've said it, but I've had him in my team for like 2 months or something ridiculous. Then he's done so good for me. I was very happy about that one.
Yeah, it's been smashing it.
Harry Kane says, I always captain Kane. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. If Harry Kane goes and gets points against City, then fair play.
Yep. Fair play. I admire your belief in your favorite player because I usually don't captain Chelsea players ever, and I don't have any in my team. No, I don't think I've captained any Chelsea player. No.
Good stuff.
But anyways, guys, hope that you enjoyed this stream. We will be back to Fantasy Fridays. I will be sure to have Gianni on a lot because his insight is always amazing. Gianni, I know you have to go, but let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, thank you. My handle is on screen, Gianni Buttice. I'm on Twitter with that handle, and I'm on Instagram with that handle. And I think maybe with an underscore after it on Instagram. I'm not too sure, but if you search my name, you'll find me. Thank you, guys. And yeah, I do hope to be back. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And guys, if you like this video, make sure to drop it a like. We're just 9 people off of 11K on the channel. So make sure to sub if you haven't subbed already because it means a lot. And you might say, Elizabeth, that's such a really random number. Well, I've been in 10K for quite a few months and we've been trudging along. So 11K really is like a big milestone for me. So if you like this content, we will do fantasy every week. And I have a ton of content coming up as well, especially Atletico Man United vlog, which I'm very excited about. So guys, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to follow Gianni as well because he posts a lot of awesome fantasy tips. And yeah, until next time, I'm out. Bye.